Senate committee gives AGF SSS others 24 hours to submit testimonies. Nigeria retains 31st position in FIFA ranking. Good morning, welcome to MCL News. I am Riffelheim. Thanks for joining us. The federal government has declared December 25th and 26th as well as Wednesday, 1st January 2020 as public holidays for the Christmas and New Year celebrations. The Minister of Interior, Rev. Arubishola, announced this on Thursday in Abuja through a statement issued by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Interior, Georgina Ehuria. Arubishola, who made the declaration on behalf of the federal government, felicitated with Christians and all Nigerians both at home and abroad on the 2019 Christmas and New Year celebrations. He enjoined all Christians to live by the virtues and teachings of Jesus Christ, which hinge on compassion, patience, peace, humility, righteousness, and love for one another. The minister said, living by virtue will guarantee an atmosphere of peace and security in the country. Arubishola said determination of the government to ensure peace and security will engender the inflow of foreign direct investment, thereby revitalizing the nation's economy. He said it would also improve employment opportunities for the teen youths in the country. The minister expressed confidence that 2020 will be a breakthrough year for all Nigerians. He assured Nigerians a happy and peaceful a peaceful and happy Christmas and New Year celebration, while assuring Nigerians that the federal government, under the visionary leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, will make life more meaningful for all Nigerians. And the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, says arrears of consequential adjustment for the new minimum wage will be paid to workers in December. Ahmed gave the assurance while answering questions from stakeholders during the highlights and breakdown of the approved 2020 budget in Abuja on Thursday. She said the federal government has made adequate provision to pay the arrears of the consequential adjustment of the approved new minimum wage for federal civil servants. Giving a breakdown of the 2020 budget, the minister said the sum of 4.49 trillion naira will be expended on the current expenditure. The sum of 2.465 trillion naira has been earmarked for capital expenditure, while 2.453 trillion naira is projected for debt servicing. She equally said 2.64 trillion naira is expected to be generated from oil revenue, while 1.81 trillion naira was expected to be generated from non-oil revenue. The minister put the projected revenue from other revenue sources at 3.97 trillion naira, adding the total of 8.42 trillion naira revenue is expected to be generated in the 10.594 trillion naira budgets. Ahmed said that 2.175 trillion naira will be used to finance deficit, 560 billion naira for statutory transfer, 273 billion naira for debt sinking fund, while 350 billion naira will be expended on special interventions. And the Select Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters has asked the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, the State Security Service, SSS, and Counsel to Moile Shore, Femi Falana, to submit their testimonies on the alleged invasion of the Federal High Court within 24 hours. The committee also asked the Executive Secretary of the National Human Rights Commission, Tony Ojukwu, the Chief Judge of Federal High Court, and the presiding judge at the time of the invasion, Justice Ijoma Ojukwu, for the same report. SSS operatives invaded the Federal High Court in Abuja to rearrest the publisher of Sahara Reporters, Mr. Shore, a few hours after he was released on the 6th of December. Each of the memoranda is expected to detail the events of that day, and the Senate has mandated its Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters to investigate the court invasion of the Federal High Court and rearrest of Mr. Shore by operatives of the SSS. A nationwide strike by the Academic Staff Union of Universities is imminent in January, with the failure of the federal government and the union to settle their disagreement on the integrated personnel payroll information system. While as I said, it is still waiting for the National Assembly's invitation as part of efforts to resolve the disagreement, an official of the Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning said the regime decision of the IPPIS remained the same. The AGF office said that based on Buhari's directive that all federal employees must enroll for the IPPIS, universities workers must make themselves available for the enrollment during the period. The ASL faulted the payroll system, saying it negates the principle of universities' autonomy. It also directed its members to shun the registration for the IPPIS. But the top officer who said the position of the regime of the IPPIS had not changed stated that those who failed to register for the payroll system would not receive the December salaries. He, however, said the presidency would take the final decision on the fate of those that have not been enrolled for the IPPIS. The officer said no fewer than 90,000 workers in about 43 universities had registered for the IPPIS. He said 8,000 out of the 90,000 university workers are lecturers. In the Southeast Region Economic Development Company, SEREDEC has announced progress in efforts of the region to develop infrastructure and social services using private sector initiative. In a 3 years progress report at the 4th Southeast Economic Summit in Enugu on Thursday, SEREDEC itemized its achievements to include takeoff of Enyimba Industrial City, Southeast Rail Network, Eastern Medical Research Hospital, Southeast Gas Pipeline, among others. SEREDEC, under the chairmanship of former Minister for Power, Professor Bath Naji. Minister of Power, Professor Bath Naji, stated that progress has continued on the Enyimba Industrial City at Abba State, with the federal government formally licensing the project and memorandum of understanding MOU entered into with a Chinese conglomerate. And SEREDEC stated that it also signed an agreement for a railroad project with a team of CEOs of major United Kingdom infrastructure firm in collaboration with Nigeria-based experts in rail development. The proposed rail network is expected to take off from Onne to Aba to Onitsha through Wari, Onitsha to Abakaliki through Oka and Enugu, Aba to Nsukka through Umuahia and Enugu. On the oil gas pipeline, SEREDEC disclosed that it has engaged a team of local and foreign-based experts from Southeast to perform a pre-feasibility study of a looped gas pipeline network that connects all the Southeast states. And the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, says deductions are being made from states for the budget support facilities given by the federal government. Zainab disclosed this while briefing State House correspondents after the National Economic Council and EC meeting presided over by Vice President Yemi Oshibajo on Thursday at the Presidential Villa. She said the repayments were being made to the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. According to the minister, and quote, from the access crude account, as of November 19, we have a balance of $324.98 million. In the stabilization account, as of December 17, we have a balance of 30.5 billion naira. In the Natural Resource Fund, still at the same date, December 17, we'll have the balance of 88.3 billion naira, end of quote. The finance minister had recently said that the federal government has resolved to recover 614 billion naira loan facilities from 35 states of the federation. She had said the NAC agreed to constitute a team to finalize modalities for commencement of repayment of the loan facilities. and Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi of Enugu State in furtherance of his administration's efforts to assist indigents and residents of the state to return home safely for the Christmas and New Year celebrations will, between December 21st and January 4, 2020, offer a free Enugu to Owerri Airport shuttle for air passengers traveling out or returning to the state through the Sam Mbakwe Cargo International Airport, Owerri, Imo State, during the festive season. In a schedule released by the Enugu State government, 6 coastal buses, 3 mini luxury buses, and 6 security vehicles loaded with armed personnel have been deployed to the exercise to operate in 3 batches daily from Hotel Presidential Enugu between December 21st and 28th. According to the schedule, the first batch of 3 buses and 2 security vehicles will leave Enugu at 5 a.m. to arrive at Owerri Airport at about 8:30 a.m. for passengers traveling through the airport. The same set of buses and security vehicles will leave Owerri Airport at 10 a.m. back to Enugu with passengers who flew in from Abuja, Lagos, and other locations. The second batch of 3 buses and 2 security vehicles for the day will leave Enugu for Owerri Airport at 8 a.m. to arrive at the airport at about 11:30 a.m. and leave Owerri Airport back to Enugu at 2 p.m. While the third batch of the 3 buses and 2 security vehicles will leave Enugu for Owerri Airport at 12 noon to arrive at 3 p.m. and at 5 p.m. The last batch will leave Owerri Airport back to Enugu. It further stated that each of the coastal buses will accommodate 20 passengers, while the minibus will carry 33 persons. The statement stressed that adequate security and other logistic arrangements have been made for a smooth and safe exercise in keeping with the state government's commitment to the well-being of the people of the state. It will be recalled that the state government also offered free transportation to indigents of the state to reside in other parts of the country and intend returning home by road to celebrate the festive season with their loved ones. It was all joy and glamour when MCLtv celebrated the 10th anniversary of one of its current affairs program, Good Morning Abia. The event took place at Address Hotel and Suites. About the report. The event, which happened at the Address Hotel and Suites of Hill Aba, kicked off with an opening remark by the Managing Director, MCLtv, Engineer Okechukwu Iboloku. He expressed satisfaction at the quality and content of Good Morning Abia and its sustainability on the airwave for the past 10 years.
So, I'm elated with joy that today we have opportunity to tell you thank you. The dream for next 1 year is that you will view MCLtv channel and Good Morning Abia on your handheld and your laptops. We are starting from there.
The event was graced by dignitaries including the Governor of Abia State, represented by his Chief Press Secretary Onyebuchi Ememanka, former Commissioner for Information Abia State Bonny Iwoha, as well as representatives of various corporate bodies, amongst others. The high point of the event was the award-giving segment where pioneer presenters of the program Good Morning Abia, pioneer guests and regular guests were honored for their immense contribution to the success story of the breakfast program. Speaking to MCL News, some of the respondents expressed joy at the event and prayed for the program Good Morning Abia to continue to rise strong on the airwave.
My people are happy that today we're celebrating the 10th anniversary of that program that has served as a mirror for Aba people and for Abia people. It has given the public an opportunity to be part of the governance by having a voice.
10 solid years of entertainment, information dissemination, giving people good information to help them help themselves.
Kudos to MCL. I've had the privilege of being interviewed at the Good Morning show about 6-7 occasions. So I can say quite honestly that from my experience, it's a very, very worthy show.
Thanking the organizers of the event, the Chief Press Secretary, who represented the Governor of Abia State, expressed joy at the event. He stated the resolve of the State Governor, Dr. Keze Ikpeazu, to continue partnering with MCLtv and identify with its educative, informative and entertaining programs while praying for the progress of the TV station.
He never knew he wouldn't be here because he admitted that MCL gave him a huge platform to speak to the people of Aba, particularly when he was the general manager of SEPA. Governor Ikpeazu personally and deeply cherishes the relationship he has with MCL. And he places it on record that MCL pioneered private television broadcasting in Abia State. It is a record that nobody can obliterate, and it is his wish that MCL continues to go higher and higher and higher.
Good Morning Abia is a breakfast show on MCLtv that comes up from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. every Monday to Saturday. Happy 10th anniversary to Good Morning Abia. And still to come on the MCL News, Methodist Church Nigeria about diocese hosts Carol of 9 lessons. Nigeria retains 31st position in FIFA ranking. Details of these and more after the break. Please stay with us.
We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings to you wherever you are.
My good people of Abia State, I bring you very warm greetings of this season. Even as we celebrate the joy of the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ, I pray that it will bring good tidings to your families and to your businesses. Even as I reaffirm my commitment to serve you better in the days ahead. On behalf of my family, government, and the people of Abia State, I wish you a much better day.
Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Welcome back, and you're still on the MCN. Thanks for staying with us. And the Methodist Church Nigeria, Wesley Cathedral Aba Diocese has held its 2019 Carol 9 lessons on Wednesday, 18 December 2019. The theme for this year's service is Christ is the reason for the season. MCL covered the colorful ceremony, and Sozomogo reports.
The Carol and 9 lessons of Wesley's Cathedral, Methodist Church Nigeria, Aba Diocese, attracted members of the church and their family. The reading associated with the Carol and 9 lessons recounts the great drama of redemption. Humanity and all Christians of various persuasions can meditate on and equal, which is the great abiding message of the angel. Glory to God on high, and on earth peace and goodwill to all men. The festival commenced with a processional hymn and a short history of service of carols.
Officers of the cathedral, beginning with a boy chorister and ending with the Archbishop himself. This service, the first of the modern festival of 9 lessons and carols, was itself derived from a very ancient Christian service, the Matins, for the Nativity.
The Archbishop spoke to the church saying that the strength we have is that God gave us a Son, Jesus Christ, and his life brought a change from bondage.
This child will be born, and his left will be Jesus. That is the name that has injected changes, the name that has made difference, the name that has attracted the world, the name that has also challenged people of different generations.
The service also featured the 9 lessons that was read by different persons. It also featured playlists from the Sunday school on the birth of Jesus Christ, who is the reason for the season. Speaking to MCL News on the essence for the carol, respondents say it is a reminder to many of what the season is all about, and also to awaken the Christmas feeling and spirit in all. Says MCL News.
In the spirit of Christmas, the chairman of the North Local Government Area of Ebonyi State, Mrs. Nora Alo, has celebrated with persons living with disability in the local government. Mrs. Nora, who encouraged humanitarian services, said that every human being is important. Ejike Ikele has the details of that report.
December 17, 2019 was a time of celebration, Thanksgiving service and encouragement to the persons living with disability in the Zanok local government area of Ebonyi State. As the local government chairman, Mrs. Nora Alo, hosted a party to celebrate persons living with disability in the local government. The event, which coincided with the 2019 International Day of Persons Living with Disability, is to encourage the disabilities that there is ability in disability. The chairman reminded everyone that there is excellence in every man created by God, and promised to continuously support the persons living with disability in the local government, and commended the Ebonyi State Governor, Engineer David Umahi, who she referred as her mentor on his developmental stride.
By the year 2014, looking at how Ezanot looks like, and you try to relate it to what you see today, you will see that he has taken us very, very far from where he met us. Talking about the Egaji Road, the Ukwachi Oshebe Road, concrete road, and today we are enjoying, you can drive through with your 2 eyes closed.
Earlier, the State Commissioner for Agriculture, Mr. Ogoda Alimone, explained that celebrating with persons living with disability is a welcome development and should be made an annual event.
Okay, on here. To be repeated. That's the you're welcome, sir. I'm the state chairman of people with disability. Okay, sir. I was invited here because they are doing mention of Alamana, and I was so happy because the local government chairman supported them a lot. Government
Some of the disabilities express happiness. Others believe that the government at all levels should do more as persons living with disabilities are being left behind. From Abakaliki, Ejike Ikele, MCLtv News.
Women have been urged to unlock their feminine powers for positive impact in the society. This was the crucial discourse at the Vivacious Ladies Conference held at Aba. The theme of the event is Unlock Your Feminine Power for Positive Impact. MCL News was at the event. Esther Ndukwe reports.
Speaking at the event, the organizer Onichi Mosu, who spoke on the theme of the event, explained that the feminine power is innate and beyond what the eyes can see. Onyechim also reminded participants that they have the capacity to influence the society directly or indirectly by their actions or inactions. She said that true feminist has nothing to do with competition with the men, but seeking to do what is right, and advised against competing with the men. She said they can do this by engaging in healthy competitions that will bring positive change in the society. She also called on the ladies to arise and take the lead for positive influence and change.
Is this a common thing to hear women think that they are victims? Is this a normal thing for women to think that they are less? So the impact is trying to tell them that they are more and they can be more. There are more inside of them for them to seek inwards and get it and then come out and become more. That way, be able to direct the society, help the men become better, and then direct and protect the children.
Other speakers at the event harped on the need to fight for equity rather than equality. They insist that the world will be a better place if women understand that they possess the qualities and abilities of occupying positions of authority, which can only be achieved when they support one another.
The fight for women empowerment is not about equality, it's about equity. It's about having what the other person has, having the capacity. God created man and woman together, and he didn't just create them, he gave everybody according to your capacities. And of course, if I have the capacity and the man has the same capacity, we can work in the same office, we can work in the same company and have the same positions. I guess that is the importance of this meeting, so that women can do its competition and understand that it's about complementing what the men are doing in the society.
This conference is very educating, and it's going to help women to unlock that what they have inside and able to impact the society, the families and their homes.
Some participants spoke to MCL News on the benefits of the event.
I really appreciate the fact that BD is holding an occasion like this for women who are doing great things, who are helping other women rise up to raise their voice and speak up against any form of bias, injustice and blackmail, just like my other colleague calls it, because I'm also in that industry of female development.
When they brought out the video, I saw a lot, and then it has encouraged me, and I've learned more of the things to go and tell them outside there. I have to speak out, really. So when we speak out, actually, then people will know where we are. Then kind of showed us that there are a lot of silent cries. So many women are gagged. They are in pains, they cannot even cry out. Only few are bold enough to do so. And even those who do that are at the risk of facing stigma. And that is what this conference is all about, to encourage women to speak up.
High point of the ceremony was cutting of cake and presentation of awards to deserved personalities and corporate brothers. MCLtv received an award for his excellence in television broadcasting. Esther Ndugwe, MCL News.
And now talking sports, the Super Eagles of Nigeria have retained their spot as the world's 31st team in the world football ranking for the month of December. In the ranking table on the website of the World Football Governing Body, FIFA, on Thursday, Nigeria has garnered 1,493 points, same as they had in the November ranking. The ranking still helped the team retain the third spot on the continent behind Senegal and Tunisia. On the global scene, Belgium are the FIFA Coca-Cola World Ranking Team of the Year for the second successive time after a record-breaking year on the global ladder. World champions France remained in second place ahead of Brazil in third, the positions they held in December 2018. England have climbed one place in 2019 to end the year in third, with Uruguay moving up to fifth on the back of a two-spot rise. Argentina is ninth, Colombia is 10th, and are also in the top 10 at the expense of Switzerland, who is 12th, and Denmark 16th. Both have slipped 4th and 6th places respectively over the course of the year. Besides accumulating the biggest point haul, Qatar have also jumped a year high 38 places, followed closely by fellow climbers Algeria with up 32 ranks and Japan up 22 ranks. Nonetheless, 8 teams have all edged a single rung up the ladder and will hope to continue their progress in 2020. These are Bahrain 99th, Bolivia 75th, Korea Republic 40, Lesotho 139th, Solomon Islands 141st, South Africa 71st, and St. Kitts and Nevis 139th, and Suriname 141st. And that is the size of our news package for this morning. But before we go, a recap of our main stories. The federal government has declared December 25th and 26th as well as January 1st, 2020 as public holidays for the Christmas and New Year celebrations. The Super Eagles of Nigeria have retained their spot as the world's 31st team in the world football ranking for the month of December. And that was news. Thanks for sharing your time with us. But just stay tuned for Good Morning Abia at 8 and rejoin us at 1 p.m. for our news update. I am Ruth Hams. To have a wonderful day.